Hello everybody, welcome to you. Got a drawbridge that leads us to our next adventure. We're right on the tops. The air here is clearer than probably where it is where you are right now. We're on the tops, not far from Concert, in a place called Shotley Bridge, but not where all the people live, out where the people don't live. Been sent here by two of you. Will made the suggestion. I took a look at it. He's checked it out. He says it's kosher. And I got a letter from a lady called Joan. And Joan, she wrote to me while I was on the radio a few years ago. I found the story after Will pointed us in the direction of this place. And Joan, tonight, the ghost historian is on your story's trail, and it's right up ahead through this gate here, and I pick up a beautiful bit of countryside and little stands and stalls, and I believe it's over here you have to go. Oh. Now, I've not been here before, so your guess is as good as mine. But we have a whole range of gadgets that we're carrying with me. I've got one of our spotters, Suki, attached to my back at the moment. But this letter from Joan Little from Ebchester, she wrote this, and this again, you've got to go remember, this is 2012 that this came from. I visited St Andrew's Church, yet I've never been more terror-filled than on my short walk from the farm gate up to the church. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. A pleasant day. I crossed the road up the track on my own. It's got an open field on one side, a few trees on the other, and I suddenly felt dread and fear like I've never had before. About 20 feet from the gate, I knew that I was not alone. I looked around. No one. But I could clearly hear breathing, heavy breathing. I scolded myself, saying how silly I was being. But it's well known to be haunted. It was in the day, but I kept going. And as I approached the cemetery, I clearly saw two grey figures in the grave area. I thought, that's okay, just people having a look like me. I even said morning to them. They turned towards me and started to run in my direction. I screamed. They kept coming. I turned to run. When I looked back, there was nobody behind me. I was in an absolute panic. I went back, but I couldn't bring myself to go in. I was palpitating, sweating. I thought I was having a heart attack. I was so scared. And Alan, honestly, I did not imagine this. And that's where we are now, exactly where she saw whatever it was. It was here. So I'm carrying a fair bit of kit with me today. Let's go and see whether whatever Joan saw, we will see too. Small trees, open fields. We eventually come up a track or a trail to a cemetery. And it is just like us. Oh, walked straight into a tree in the dark. Nearly took me hat off. For those of you that are watching this for the first time, my name's Alan Robson. We are a team that goes by the Ghost of Story. Behind the camera we've got Hollywood Tony McShane, award-winning producer. I've been lucky enough to win a few too. So, Tony, we just seem to find ourselves in the dark and in cemeteries an awful lot, don't we?
We do, and look at this, how clear it is up here.
It is, but mind you, it is icy.
It's bitter.
It is bitter cold. This is what your dad or your grandfather would say, brass monkey weather up here. It's strange because when you're not looking with the light behind it, there's no ambient light in the sky. You know how you get reflected light from towns? There's nothing up here. Now, it may be, you know, on the other side of that wall.
Yeah, well, it could be.
Oh, hang on, we're coming to something. Yes, I think we've misjudged this, perhaps.
Yes, I see an outline of a building there.
Yeah.
So no way in here.
Yeah, you just duck under the barbed wire, I guess. Yeah, this is no good.
Oh,
there's a house there, but that's not it.
Oh, is that not the house?
No.
Right.
There shouldn't be a house anywhere near. But it's patently not this. So, let me duke.
But you're stuck. I'll give you up there.
Got it. Yeah, this is it. Wow. Now, she said she was about 20 feet from the cemetery. Now, the cemetery, as far as I know, is just directly behind that house. That's the hearse house.
Right.
Now, for those of you that don't know what a hearse house is, and how many of you have ever even heard the phrase, back in the day, and I think the most fascinating thing is that this is the only track to the church. There isn't a road, you can't drive in. This is what everybody has to do. Come up this trail, keeping off whatever the farmer's growing. Just the track's a bit muddy, so we're being an ounce careful. Oh, it's open, do you see?
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to go in, if we can. Can we get through that door? Not sure we can. Oh, slippy. And that's the house for the hearse. I think if we just, we couldn't get through the fence, could we?
Yeah, there's a big fence there.
There's a horse there. You see him?
Oh, yeah.
So if we're in here, the horse could be in here too.
So we have to go in this way then. What was that? That was screaming.
It was the last noise I was more worried about.
I heard help.
I heard help too.
Wow. That was real.
I know. There's no question about it. Sometimes we hear screams and you think it could be a fox or do you know what I mean? You hear...
Well, it sounded real.
That sounded absolutely 100% human. But look, if there's anybody coming, You'd see a light, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, no one's going to be walking in the dark. It's pitch black here.
No, but anyway, the hearse house. While we're here, let's just concentrate on the hearse house. It's where they kept the local hearse. So when somebody died, you couldn't phone, couldn't send a letter. Somebody had to come out to the hearse house, catch the horse that's running around, not that one, but a Victorian horse, attach it to the hearse, pull the hearse out of there. And what they said that I thought was interesting, there's a story in 1882 of the hearse house having dead bodies left in them. There were 2 bodies in the hearse, and because the funerals were the following day, and they left them in the hearse house because of how cold it is up here. Now, Tony's got gloves and stuff, which is very sissy. However, I'm wishing that I was a sissy too, because it's absolutely bitter cold. And they left the bodies in there because not everybody could afford to be embalmed, to have all the bits sewn up your mouth and your nose and your various orifices. And if you don't have all of them sewn up, you get a natural leakage, which in other words means the dead body stinks. So they put it in the hearse house and leave it overnight. First thing in the morning, few sprays with perfume, get yourself on your way. We definitely...
That was definitely help.
We got help, but coming...
But I heard a scream first, or a
I heard
yell.
2 screamers, I heard help, and then over here, I heard a...
But that was loud as anything.
I hope somebody
that was
at
clear
home...
as day.
I hope somebody at home heard it. Look at this. That's the church. Let's get in. Now there's lots
Maybe someone does need our help, but I mean, I've never seen a light there. And we walked through that field where it came from.
Absolutely.
Or something.
Right. We're overlooking, I presume that's concert over there, is it? Or?
Oh God, I don't know. Right at the top of wherever it is.
Absolutely, right, so it's through here. And there's a lot of amazing facts. Hang on, I'm trying to find out how you get in here. I don't know how you get in. We're told that it's open at all hours, so...
Might just have a funny catch on it.
Well, I know. Do you want to have a go? Do you want me to hold the camera? Yeah.
Well, actually, I might need just to see.
Oh, there's a handle here. Or you might have to pull it out.
Pull it out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you?
Can you see?
Do you lift it up? I'm not sure what you do. I'm more tempted just to go over the top.
Yeah. It's a bit slippy.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you pull it in, but I think because the wood's expanded, you pull that in, I think, and it needs to be pulled up.
That's exactly what you do. Well done.
I think the wood's just expanded, sorry.
Casely case, it's all right.
That was a bit of bad camera work, but...
It just makes it real.
There, dodgy handle.
How amazing is this? Now, nearly every single one of these gravestones has a story. But the thing that's said to be the most haunted part of all of this place is the mausoleum. Now, We're in, Tony.
I'm just showing the skyline. Look at that.
It is amazing. There's a certain site overlooking the Hollywood Hills, and it looks just like that. But just before we go in, Tony, come over here. This
God, look
is
at
a
that.
mausoleum. It's the Hopper Mausoleum. Now,
Looks very haunted.
It's exceeding haunted, apparently. I've got all the information about it. But I think the thing we should maybe do first is get ourselves in
Yes.
while we can. So, thank you very much, the good people of Shotley Bridge, who told us you could do this, and we can. And we always got to make sure when you're blessed with the opportunity to do something like this, that you treat it with respect. Bless all here. Oh, wow. And here we are. This church is no longer in operation, and that's the tragedy, an absolute tragedy. Now I'm going to go to the back here, and this is where we'll have our marshalling area. And we can start placing some of our kit. This is, whoops, absolutely gorgeous here. Tony's in the pulpit. Now, when I first looked to try and find out stuff about St Andrew's Church, there was we parked our car on a thing called, have you ever heard a silence like this, Tony?
I know, God.
Did you hear that?
Yes, it's on outside.
No, it sounded like inside scraping. First of all, for any of you who are going through a tough time at the present moment, this time of year for some reason brings out extreme emotions of joy and misery in equal portions. So for anybody who's going through a tough time, love, prayers, if that's what you believe in, energy, if that's what you believe in, be surrounded by love and kindness this Christmas if you can. Make a special effort. We wish you well. Have a great, great top of the year. We parked our vehicle, as you saw, next to a little bridge that brings you up here.
God.
Kiln Pit Hill. There used to be a quarry called Kiln Pit Quarry, and it was on the hillside, and a lot of people worked there. No major disasters, no major death, but even the road has a ghost story. The story of a few people who stopped at the farm gate, as we did, to come and visit this amazing little piece of history. There's been abbeys and chapels on this ground since 1165. 1165. And then subsequent powers updated, added to. On one occasion, this entire building subsided because directly underground here were the workings of Kiln Pit Quarry. So everything, the land is attached to the history in an integral way. So I thought, well, if ever there was going to be a ghost, surely the ghost would be of a miner or a farmer. and yet it's of a soldier. There's a wood, private wood, that's obviously used for livestock because it's muddy as hell. I'm not even thinking of going in there tonight. And inside that woodland area that's over there now, a few people saw a man. Khaki jacket, khaki trousers, tucked into his army boots, walking through the woods. They kind of followed him thinking, well, what's he doing in there? And they were just sitting in the car, getting ready to come out and plunge through the mud, because it is a muddy walk up here. And they looked back at the soldier and watched the soldier disappear. Now they're both in their car, and one of them said, oh look, he's coming towards us. The woman looks over. He's gone like smoke. Or as Jimi Hendrix would call it, gone like a cool breeze. So within 100 feet of where we are now, a haunted mausoleum, a ghost story in some woods, 2 ghosts on a track and in the cemetery. And the cemetery may just have a curse attached to it. Now, when I was looking at this place as, is the church haunted? All the people from Shotley Bridge said, Alan, you should go. They all said, I've never heard of an actual story of anybody or anything that might be in here, but you really need to go. And I had a good look for ghost stories attached to this place. The cemetery found a few. Here, inside, no. Now that doesn't mean necessarily that there's no energy here, because I believe that there's energy everywhere. Whatever energy is in here is peaceful. For this place and the way that it's set out hasn't changed in many, many, many years. Now, should they change the layouts, maybe the energy would be affected and kick off. Maybe when people come in asking questions of energy, maybe we'll get an answer. Don't know about you, Tony, but some of the places that have never had people questioning, asking, have been some of the more amazing ones that we've done.
Yeah,
so
definitely. And that voice, I still can't get out of my head. Maybe we should have went back because they said help, but there was no light. I mean, now maybe I'm overthinking it now, but I definitely heard help.
Should we take a walk down just to be able to say so?
What do you think? I just feel like I can't stop thinking of it now. Because that would have picked up. That was loud. That was loud.
At first I thought, oh, it's somebody taking the mick, or...
But how? There's no lights.
And there's no cars.
You're kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't know.
Did you hear that? Is there anyone there? Make yourself known. Did you hear something?
I heard a little...
Like a little knock?
Yeah.
I know buildings, when they're old like this, even with a change of temperature, sometimes you can hear the odd noise. When you walk around, certainly.
There's a door there. Do you think that'll be locked?
Sorry?
There's a door there.
It's got a keyhole, so it might be locked. Yeah. Don't blame them. It's great that they allow people in. And I know it's a church that's no longer in operation, but even so. Right, let's get Suki out, see what happens. Suki. It's your time. There's normally a red towel in with Suki. There is. Oh, there it is. It's all right. It just seems to have disappeared. We like to try and protect Suki.
There's a gravestone there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And some spiders on the side of it too. Just here. Right. Okay. Let's switch Suki on. See what happens. That's him. Right, where's that pulpit, Tony? Is there a flat surface on the pulpit?
Don't think so.
No,
It's that little well thing. I don't know if that's...
Oh, no,
even in the middle of the window so we can see him. Next to... I'm presuming that's Jesus.
Yeah, let's keep him away from Jesus. Okay, Suki. I'll get the balls and we're in operation.
Oh, he's just gone off.
What?
He's literally just gone off.
Is he still going?
No, it was a quick little flash on the owl.
Oh, wow.
That means there's something here. You're gonna light the lights again for us?
If there's anyone here, show yourself. We've come for you. I've brought the rods today as well. I've brought some fancy new scribing gear as well. Oh, there it is. Right. Let's set a trap of 3. Right.
It's still going off, the one up there. Oh, just stopped.
This one's...
Oh, it's back.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, hello. This is that because I've placed it in the place where the priest would be?
Oh, and as soon as he said that, Suki went off.
Come on.
So it's got something to do with the priest.
The one's still going off over there. Got a few gadgets today. Now, you guys at home are going to have to...
It's going off again.
Turn your torch off, Tony. Let's see if green does anything in here. See if you're picking up anything. Sometimes the different hues. Look at that. The pulpit one's gone crazy.
I have the touch balls as well if you don't know what they are. And you've got to actually touch them for them to go off.
Absolutely. That's amazing. If there's anyone here, if there's anyone with us right now, let it be known. Come on, we're here for you.
Suki. He's just gone off.
Do you want us here?
Oh,
What the hell?
it's the other side now.
Do you want us here?
Don't know if that's a yes or a no.
Tony. You see?
Yeah. This is non-stop on Suki.
What? If there's anyone here, let it be known, we're here for you. We're here for you. Come on. Come on. Talk to us. Oh, hey, I know it's early, but I think we should maybe necromancy.
Yeah.
I'll go back up the top. Is it best? Are you getting decent pictures with?
Yeah, if you leave the light somewhere, it still illuminates the whole room. Probably, yeah. That or blue was the best.
Say again?
That colour or blue was the best.
Blue. Did you hear that?
I know.
There was like a bang noise. You must have heard that. Come on, if there's anything here. Oh, necromancy, that's what we're going to do, Dan. Right. Let's necromance.
There's Suki going off. Oh, you just flashed twice. That was a small flash.
I wonder if he knows what a necromance actually is. Get the amp in. We could probably leave this running in the middle of the room and everybody will hear it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as it's near your mic.
I'm not sure you'll need it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you've got the amp on it.
Come on. That might have been me. So I shall walk away. Come on. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Green. There's a young girl there. What was your name? You just said your name before. If your energy is here, talk to me. I just need some proof that you're here. So come on. Any proof at all? Absolutely. Come on. Come on, we're concentrating on you. We want you with us. We want you in contact with us. Come on, whatever you have to say, let's hear it from you. Let's hear it from you. Give me a name. What was that? Oh.
Suki.
Who's here? Who is with me now? Who's with me now? Come on, who are you? Who are you? Oh, Tony.
Oh yeah. It's very faint, that ball, but it's going off.
Yeah, it's starting to run down, isn't it? So are you with me now? Thank you very much for coming down here.
Oh God, that was a weird noise.
Sounded like that voice that we heard on the way in. Right. I'm going to give us just a dot of light. Just a dot of light. Come on, if there's anything here, show yourself to us.
Oh, God.
Where was that?
Well, the corner, but...
Oh, it's flashing. It's on the floor.
Oh, God, I can hardly see.
Ah, it's just switched off. It's under there. Hang on, I'll get the torch and show it.
Did I put the light on?
No, it's there, look.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest jump of the night so far. Come on, Suki. Do your thing. Do your thing.
He's going off, Suki.
Oh, hello. Come on. We've never had an opportunity to do this. Do you hear how wild this is tonight?
I know.
How many times have we put this on and there's nothing?
I know.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's been a lot here, from the voice to the balls.
What's flashing?
Oh, the thing, the ball behind me.
Oh,
Oh, God.
directly behind you, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony!
Where was that?
It's on.
This is just
Look,
flash started again.
It's there. It's on the floor.
I can't run because the steps here.
And the second you get there, it switches on.
This is going off.
Now, they are fairly solidly on there, you know. This is the one that's nearly dead, this,
Yeah, we need to get rid of that. After tonight.
after tonight. Is that you doing this? Is this you doing this? Are you were just standing there and I was seeing all this flickering?
Yeah, I was blocking it, but yeah.
If you are in this church, give me your name right now. Right, I'm going to stop this just for a second. I'll turn that off. 2. So that I can give you a little bit more information about the place. But in the meantime, Tony, you just give it a good... Yeah, I would say that's probably a good time for that. Mind you, this coloured light I think's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's simple, but it's amazing. Just how the different colours seem to have a purpose. Just up from where we parked is Minster Acres Wood where there's a giant sequoia tree in the grounds of the Minster Acres Monastery. There was once an ancient forest there as far as the eye can see. The monastery used to be a big house called Silvertops. A rich Catholic family owned it from 1758. Their name was Silvertops. They sold it to a retreat, to a Passionist monastery.
Lights going off.
Oh, it is. Are you in here, George? Oh, behind you, Tony, behind you.
Oh, God, maybe that is George then.
George Silvertop. Oh, behind you. Oh.
Yeah, they're both going. As soon as you mentioned George's name.
George. George Silvertop.
Is that you, George?
Still going at on the altar, on the pulpit rather. Tony, can you see it?
Yeah, I'm pointing at it.
You've got it. George Silvertop was the first Catholic High Sheriff of Northumberland. They changed the law to allow it being sold off. This chapel is dedicated to Saint Elizabeth of Hungary, a kindly woman, the daughter of a king. She was told to marry him at 14 years. Oh, look, it's still going off, Tony.
I know. Got to be him.
She was told to marry him at 14. King Ludwig IV he was. The whole idea to create loyalty between a couple of kingdoms. He died aged 20, riding to war. He got a fever and ended up dying. And because he was only 20 and the child was still, Saint Elizabeth was only 14, the Pope ordered that the dowry be given back. They built a hospital, taking food to the poor. And there's two stories about the woman that this monastery is named after. Look at it, it's going crazy.
Suki just went off as well.
You know, I always say how fascinated I am by... I don't want to go anywhere near it because I presume if you bang on the...
Yeah,
Give
it's
it a
solid
bang.
floor. You can't do it from walking because it's solid
No,
floors.
it's solid concrete floors in here. But I don't want to stand on there because that might make it go off and that takes away the authenticity because people question, quite rightly. Well, there's the font. Lovely little font. Now, I heard a story, I don't know if it's true, about fonts. There's a font here. You know, you would bring a child for a christening and swathe its head. Now, where do you think that came from? Well, it's pagans. The pagans believe that all life came from the water. So the pagans would take a baby down to a river and they'd put the bairn in the water and they'd swathe it. In nature, this is where you came from. This is where you live. This is the substance that will feed you. This is what you will drink. And that's where the Christians went, oh, that's a really good idea. Bit of a ceremony. So you bring your baby into a church and they do exactly the same thing. But I'm fairly sure this is not true, but it made me laugh. Apparently, way back when the Christians first started doing that, somebody who was not a believer walked in and saw the water, and back in those days, they were wearing like tatty old tights and short little gowns. We're talking medieval times. And he pulled his bits down and slopped them in the font. And when the priest came in, whether he used this phrase, I'm sure it would have been in Old English or Anglo-Saxon, the priest said, how dare you? And he says, I'm just washing me in the font. And that's where the word sacrilege comes from. Washing your balls in the font. Can't believe that that's really true. I've looked it up. I've found the story 2 or 3 times. But it's a good one nonetheless. Tony, do you want to reenact that for us?
No, I don't know how many people have done that in that font. How many do you reckon?
Well,
It's a bit cold for that.
You'd never find them in this temperature. But you know, I have a bit of an obsession about how people become saints. And this chapel, dedicated to Saint Elizabeth, why did she become a saint? Well, first of all, remember, she's only a teenager when she's queen. Her husband's just died, battling in the war, aged only 20. And she's sneaking food to the poor. Obviously a lovely woman. Now, just before he died, like a year before he died, he said to her, "Don't give food to the poor. They've just got to work harder to earn that food. Don't give them our food." But she used to stick stuff in her gown and sneak it out. And one day, she was going back to the castle to get some more food. And on the way, she picked a few roses. And he stopped her and said, "You've been sneaking food again? Let me see what you've got in your gown." And she opened up her gown, and all of these roses fell out. They then said that the miracle was that she was carrying food for the poor, but the food turned into roses because she was doing such a kindly thing. Doesn't seem a lot to be a saint by. So there was another one. After he died, she was heading to bed. Obviously, no king there. He's long gone. Stiff at last, underground. And when she got to her bedroom, she looked in and she saw Jesus Christ sitting on her bed. That was declared the miracle of St. Elizabeth. I will never understand all of this kind of saintliness because we've done shows on it. Pretty much every saint has a really wild and wacky story. St. Elizabeth's kind of quite a calm couple of tales, but you become a saint on the back of that. I cannot say it myself.
Have you seen this cross here? It's obviously tied up so no one can take it.
No, it's lovely. I'm glad.
What it's
Well,
for.
it's probably to carry. You know, when you're walking around with a few choir boys, getting people to follow you, put a bike chain on it.
I know.
What a shame. What a shame that you have to tie down 2 bits of tree. But as symbols go, you know, this is the Nike tick of its day, isn't it, if you think about it? I mean, you no disrespect if you're a Christian spirit here. If you're angry with me, show me. That's necromancer Tyler. Oh, just said F you there. So maybe I've upset with you after all. Robson has just said, "That's my name." It is.
I heard another swear word after that.
You see the date on the ceiling of the date that this particular building was made, Tony?
1769?
Yeah. 1769. Is anyone holy here? Is there a God walker here?
Oh,
hello.
there's someone holy here, definitely, because that went straight off.
Are you a priest? Are you a priest? Are you a vicar? No. Are you a virgin? Are you a nun?
Oh, it flicked off when you said none.
Oh, hello.
It flit off, I mean.
Are you a nun? I can't hear you if you're talking, if you're a nun. Are you a nun? Did you serve here? Just heard a female voice say no. Were you here visiting? Did you die here? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
F off. Don't use language like that. You're in a place of worship. Be respectful to other people's faiths. Just told me to F off. I'm presuming that wasn't the nun. Let me just hear the nun. Talk to me. Talk to me, sister. Speak of your faith. Are you a nun or are you a novice? Nun? Novice. Oh. When I said novice.
When you said nun or novice.
Why are you here? Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, you want an SLS in here, Tony?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Talk to me. We getting anything, Tony?
I actually did get something up near the...
Near the pulpit?
Yeah.
Getting swearing from males and females.
Oh, there. It keeps coming and going. It's like, must be shy, whatever it is. But a couple of times and then...
Oh! On the window there was something.
Yeah, definitely.
Take it up the back, see what's what.
There. It's just kind of, maybe it's something not doesn't want to show itself or...
Yeah. See if there's anything up the back. Talk to me, come on. Why? I want to know who you are. Tell me of your life. Tell me of your death. Any SLS up there, Tony?
No, but it keeps flashing something near the pulpit and there's the suggy going off again.
Oh, wow. Right, turn them off just briefly. Tony, I think we'll leave the stuff in here.
Well, it's time to split the stream, actually.
Already?
I know.
We haven't even done the haunted bit yet. Oh my goodness. Hey, we would love it. We've had a bit of all kinds. Discount 95%, 5%. There's no way. Those voices before we even got in here. As soon as we get in here, stuff happening in all directions. SLS, not so much. But what a great start. We're going out into the cemetery. We're going to that mausoleum next. We would love you to come with us too. How do they do it if they're not already a member?
If you're not already a member, there's a link in the video description. Hit that, join on either Facebook or YouTube, and then it'll take you to part 2 once you join. If you're a supporter, you'll find the playlist there as well on YouTube.
It doesn't want. It wants you to join. Whatever's here may curse you for the rest of your life if you don't join. You might have to end up in a mausoleum. Suki, I can't believe how
he's been
amazing.
Very active tonight.
He has. Right, I'm going to get a small torch, and then we're going to head outside to the mausoleum. We'll leave our bits and pieces here.